Mark's played this event several times, so he's experienced and knows what to do on the table. All right, looks like he came above the 6 ball, so he's gonna float probably down. Oh, thank you, man. Yep. It's gonna float down to the right of the 7 and 4, maybe try to get an angle to go into that ball. The only problem with, see, like now it's becoming more critical that he develop that ball, otherwise he loses the full rack advantage that he has with his current position. It just becomes, you know, safety situation. So he still hasn't been able to develop that one, so he's going to play safe now, which I kind of agree with that shot, I think. But looks like Robert might have a straight on bank. Might be straight in on the bank, and depending on how he feels, he might go ahead and go for it. If he makes it, he wins the game, or he should win the game, assuming he gets position on that last stripe and can get out. So, but he's probably going to go for this cross side and follow his cue ball. Swished it, snuck around behind the ball. It's a great shot.
Table assignment for John Roski.
It's a great shot.
DJ Penny, table 5.
Now he's got a long, slightly off angle shot on this last stripe. It's either the 11 or the 15. And I think the way it lies, I probably like going forward. He might yank it back if he feels more comfortable doing that. But it's tough to control the speed on the draw. And he came across the face of it, tried to stun it back. And he almost two-railed it, short rail back into that corner. So looks like Mark gets away with that little risk, but it was still going to be tough for Bobby to get out. So he's going to now have a strong opportunity to win the first game of the 8 ball.
Back here by the control table, offering massages 10 minutes for 15, 15 minutes for 20, and 20 minutes for 25.
I think we'll see Mark play the 7 and then the 4, and go up table for the 5. Hope everybody's enjoying the stream and enjoying some good matches here at the tournament. There's a lot of good players here, and it's going to be a tough tournament to get through for whoever wins, but some quality play so far that I've seen, and hoping this match keeps up with that. It's like Mark's going to probably float one rail and try and hit the field goal between the 13 and the 5 there. He has that option, or he can, if he wants to just kind of let his stroke out a little bit, he can draw the ball 2 rails out, kind of like that, across the line up there. It's kind of a forgiving shot. It's a nice way to just hit a ball, you know, and just kind of get loose a little bit. It's also kind of a safer route as far as a cue ball. If you miss the ball, look where he's left. You know, you force your opponent into a banking situation, as opposed to like if you miss the one railer, then you like can sell out a shot in either corner depending on the speed. So Mark's got probably just one rail position off the head rail. Yep. And a long straight shot on the 8 for first game. Rattles it in and takes the first game 1-0. Alvin should be back shortly, and he'll be able to of course, we have the scorecards on the table, so looks like Mark has opening break here. Looks like he made a couple balls on the break. 5. Looks like he made a stripe here. And a solid, might be open table. Looks like Mark's going for the 1 ball and rattles the ball. So it should be open table still. Bobby has a chance at table. Looks like Mark went for solids. I think he liked them better. And the 5 lays favorable to go into that corner pocket off that stripe. So it's actually not really a problem ball as long as he just gets position. There is a solid here to the right of the rack. That's a little bit of a problem. So he might, if he wants solids, he might play for that ball right now. Guys, make sure to share the stream if you're on Facebook. Go to the APA Pool Player website. I'm sorry, the Facebook page, and you can share the live stream. It's a cool event here. So the format is a race to 7 games. It's 5 games of 8 ball, 8 games of 9 ball, with the first player that gets to a 7-game score total winning the set and advancing in the tournament. There's a question in the chat about winning the game, marking or calling. Even though this is an APA tournament, a lot of the players don't, you're not obligated to mark your pocket to win. So as long as you let your opponent know where you're shooting the 8 ball, you're clear to shoot, and you'll be credited for the win. And you know, it's a sportsmanship thing too. None of these players, I don't think, at this level are going to hold it against their opponent for not marking the pocket or not calling it if it's not completely obvious. So anyhow. Thanks, Mac. I appreciate the support. Thanks for watching on your end. Okay, looks like Mark kind of played a little bit of a controlled shot there with the cue ball on the bottom rail, pinning Bobby. Bobby doesn't really have much of a good shot, and Mark has a good position here. It's kind of tough to develop something good for Bobby. I might just roll up on this cluster of 2 solids on the right-hand side and lay up and kind of do the same thing back to Mark. I think that's what Bobby's doing here. Oh, he got a little bit of a double kiss. You need to make sure to miss that. So now Mark will have an open table on this first stripe. He might go into that 5 and try and knock it out of the way. If he does that, then both his stripes will go into that bottom corner, and he gets free to play 1 up table and 1 back there. Hey, Richard. Yeah, this is Raymond Linares from Miami. Shout out to Tone, my team captain down in Miami. Heavy hitters. Thanks for the support, guys. All right, looks like Mark's playing the stripe, bumps into the 5, and develops those 2 balls. And he'll have this stripe down the rail, and then he'll be able to shoot the 11. And if he can get on the 11 and 10, drop down, he should be clear. I think that's the 8 that is tied up with that 1 stripe to the right. So. Nice shot. This table actually has brand new cloth on it, so it's playing a little bit faster than the adjacent tables. They got refelted a few weeks ago, so they're set in pretty nice. So this table's speed is a little bit different, but still he's favorable for shots like this, or if you know, hit a little bit of the rail, the ball's going to slide in. Rich, no, I haven't heard from him, but I hope he's feeling better. Okay, Mark's got an, oh, he overran position here, but he actually is kind of okay, depending on how close he is to that stripe. If he could just bump it to the rail and tuck him in behind that ball, then he'll be fine. But it's kind of a little bit careless there to let the cue ball run away. It's a fast table, so it's easy to get rid of it. But all he needed was an angle on his 13. Oh, wow, nice hit there. Got away with a tough position. All he really wanted was an angle on that 13 to kind of float up and get on the short side of that stripe. But now, actually, Bobby has a good opportunity to kind of wrestle control a little bit back. He can play a little safety off this, I think it's the 4-ball that's solid nearest to the corner pocket on his side of the table, and try and double him up behind the 5. If he can do that, then he might get a good result. And I think with ball in hand, he might be able to make that combo. I'm sure it lines up to one of those 2 pockets. Let's see if Bobby agrees with that shot selection. Oh, he swung at it. I didn't like that. Oh, oh no, unfortunately, ball came around, kissed it back in the hole. So Mark has ball in hand and should clean up this rack. Probably he'll play the 14 first and then play the 9 and the 8. Well, a little bit about Mark Montgomery. He's 39 and he's been playing pool for over 20 years. He started playing pool at a small pool hall in Piedmont, Missouri. And he's played a bunch of leagues and tournaments all around. And he was the 2016 Missouri 8-ball All-Star champion. So his philosophy is play better than I did yesterday. That's a good philosophy. And his opponent, Bobby Martinez, has also been playing for about 20 years. He's 46. And he's played a bunch of pool at the rec center in his area. And he currently trails 2-0 to Mark. See if Bobby's going to get an opportunity here to get a beat on his side of the scorecard. Sometimes it's tough to get settled that first couple racks and feel the heat. You know, you're on the TV table and playing in the event, all that. So let's see what Mark can do on his break. He's going for a center table break. Andrew, this is being held at Strokers Billiards in Palm Harbor, Florida. It's in the Tampa Bay area. And this is the 9th consecutive year that Strokers has hosted the U.S. Amateurs. I think the APA really likes the shrimp here. So it's good stuff. Looks like Mark is playing for stripes. He's going to play this opening combo. The balls seem to be laying pretty nice. The only touchy position shot he's got is this little stripe by the foot string, but he's got a nice stripe that connects to it by the side. So if he's going to clear these balls and get pretty straight on it, then he'll be golden. The only thing is too that I think the 8 is kind of tied up with a solid, so he doesn't develop that outright, he may be forced to bank if he tries to, you know, get out. And looks like he's swinging away. Looks like he drew over. I'm not sure why he came to this side. All right, looks like Mark's going to shoot this stripe up in the top left corner. Little left-hand English. Speed is good. Happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans in the chat, all of our veteran pool players out in our extended networks. Thank you all for your service. All right, looks like Mark is working on trying to get all the way out here. I think he might go cross table here, 2 rails, and come above the side, kind of by where he's standing. It might be easier for him to go above that solid and just keep an angle, maybe try and even go 1 rail into those 2 balls. Well, he went below it. It's kind of tough to control that. He hit a little full, but pocket still took the ball, and now he's in a little bit of a tough spot. He's going to have to come with 2 banks if he's going to try and get out. Rich, I think this is an elimination match, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you got it. Got 360 viewers or so in the chat. All right, Mark plays a safety and tries to tuck him up behind that solid and take away any possible pocketing options for Bobby. Bobby's got the balls in his favor now, so anything he does, if he can secure a safe with the cue ball, he's going to have a winning position. It's just a matter of getting the cue ball safe. If he can't shoot at the ball directly to his pocket. You can find any bracket information on the CompuSport app. If you go to the App Store or iTunes Store and download CompuSport, you can sign in and find the U.S. Amateur tournament information and follow any players or look at the bracket and see how it's developing. Pretty cool app. It'll also let you follow players and get updates on their scores as soon as they get scanned into the system. So you'll be up to date on all your favorite players and how they're progressing through the tournament. All right. So Mark misses that shot. Again, hasn't really left much for Bobby. Bobby's limited here with his options on what he's going to do. I wonder if he's thinking about kicking up table, or it looks like he's rearing back to shoot this bank cross side. If he does that, he's probably going to draw his cue ball, try and keep it safe. At least not give a direct pocket. Oh no, he let it go forward. That's most likely going to result in a game for Mark. Mark's going to have to spin this ball, though. It doesn't go in the bottom right corner. I think it goes in the same pocket that he's going to shoot this stripe, so I'd probably hit it with a ton of right spin and just try and get above it and across it. Shoot the 8 in the same pocket. Yep, just like that. Simple 8 ball here for a 3-0 lead. Joseph, I think Kenny was playing last round on the table next to the stream table, so he might not be up again until a little bit later. But he'll most definitely be on the stream. He's a great player. former champion. I think there's 8 former champions in this event. That's pretty strong. Spike, the pool hall that we're in is called Strokers Billiards, and it's in Palm Harbor, Florida. This is the 9th year in a row they've hosted the U.S. Amateur Nationals. And great room owned by Jose Del Rio. They have amazing shrimp. You can find all the details on the U.S. Amateur website on the tournament, brackets, who's competing, how it's going, that kind of thing. So, all right, Bobby's at the table. Swing. Made a ball. I think he's solid. Yeah, if he's solid, he's going to be shooting at this 5 ball. Yep. Just floated in, bottom right corner.
Table assignment for Brian Belgradic, Brad Shear, table 7.
All right, looks like Bobby's at a table control. Those 2 solids go in that top left corner pocket, so I think he's just got to find a way to clear that 7 ball off the table, and he can get out and get a score on his side of the board there. And I think that 7 ball passes this stripe on the bottom rail. Not entirely sure. Bobby's inspecting the rack here. David will probably be back here in Tampa. I mean, they've been doing a really good job of hosting this event, and everybody seems to really enjoy the venue, and they've got it kind of down. Not sure when they'll switch it up, but it seems to be working great. And hotel accommodations are really nice. They have the DoubleTree, and you know, it's not broke. So, all right, Bobby's playing this solid down here on the bottom rail. He's got to find a way to get that last solid off the bottom rail, off the opposite rail, get that cleared up. If I were him, I might shoot this, I guess that's the 6 ball along the side rail there. I might shoot that ball and try and go up table and get that 7 out of there. Just leave this ball in front of the pocket since it's an easy ball to make. And with the bridge, you just overcut it and it hung up. Which is kind of okay, because now he takes that pocket away from that 1 stripe, and you know, it's getting less and less likely he was going to be able to get that 7 ball off the table. So it might actually be a good thing for him. Richard, no. The year I won it was the last year they had it at the old Strokers. There was a, I think it used to be called Planet 9 Ball, and then Strokers bought the pool room. It was a huge space. They had like 22 tables, and that was back in 2010. And that was the last year they had it at that venue, and that was the first year that I played this tournament. I was fortunate enough to win. Control Thomas was asking how you can join or register to compete in U.S. Amateurs. They have a registration deadline. It's open to anybody who wants to play who's not a full-blown pro, so you don't necessarily have to be in APA to join, but if you are, you get a slight discount, and you'll be given a qualifier location near you in your city or region, and you just show up for that qualifier and you win a board. Usually there's multiple people who qualify from each board, from each qualifier location. Like my qualifier had, I think, six people qualified. And then once you win your qualification spot, you come to nationals, and they draw out the 128 player board, and you compete against some of the best players in the country. You know, top amateur guys who all have jobs and careers, but they love to play pool and play pretty sporty. So it's a great tournament. It's a very prestigious event, and the winner gets an entry fee into the U.S. Open the following year with airfare and accommodations, which is really nice. So. Yeah, it looks like that's Robert Hall on the next table over. Another former champion. Looks like Bobby. Sorry, yeah, Bobby makes a nice shot on the 6 ball. Yeah, and I think the 7 ball goes, and if so, he's got to be careful about how it gets to the pocket. It might be that he has to float it in and hit it real slow, or if not, then he's good. He should be. Oh, I see. He played safe and he took a stripe off. That's a good shot. That's a really good shot. Very smart thinking there, and controlling his opponent. Mark's probably going to have to come 1 or 2 rails to this cluster, try and play safe. It'd be strong if he can go 2 rails behind that bottom stripe and leave him tucked up there. But of course, he's got to get real.
Table is for Ernesto Mayawa.
Kick, hits, but no rail. So that's the. I think he was probably playing directly to the ball and just got the ball to kind of go a little long because of the slide and the new clock. And it's unfortunate too because he's also tied up those 2 balls. So even if he gets another shot, he's got to have to take an inning to just develop them. So that's no good. Looks like Bobby's going to get ball in hand. If I were him, I'd probably play this solid up table and come back for the 7. You know, not have to go down table and then back up, just kind of go once. So, but he's going to play the 7. He likes this pattern here. And he's a little full on the 6, but he should be able to draw back. And as long as he gets right past the side, it should be good. He's lining it up here. Just got to make sure to miss the side. Make the ball, of course. And big stroke there. Went all the way up table. Was going to play short side on the 8. Just called it in the side. And again, it's kind of just like free, you know. He's going to try and bear down and make this, but those 2 balls don't go anywhere. So unless Mark, you know, rears back and fires a bank in, Bobby should go ahead and make this ball. He's going to chalk up and reset. This is a pretty generous side pocket, so just got to stay down, roll it in, or punch it in if you want to let your stroke out, but I'd probably roll it in. No, he kind of stunned it and hit the point and opened up those stripes, and that's worst case scenario for Bobby. It's kind of why I don't like hitting that 8-ball at speed, because if you catch the point a little bit, you're risking having that happen. All right, so Mark has a gift of an opportunity here. I think he's gonna just really simple quarter ball hit on this stripe. 1 rail, 2 rails, don't get flat, get off the rail. That should be good enough to punch that stripe in and score another game on his beat. And getting these 3- and 4-game leads in short race to 7 really takes the pressure off you. And I think you'll probably see Mark play even a little bit better. Oh, look, he was dead straight on that stripe.
Table 14.
You know, and that's why it's like you got to be mindful of your angles, especially on new cloth and big pockets. Like, you got to get the right side of the ball so you don't leave yourself tougher than you need to. Because even though the pocket's big, it's also more pocket you can get straight in on and have to work your cue ball harder, and sometimes that leads to misses. But Mark closes that out with a nice shot on the 8, and he's up 4-0. Bobby, I'm sure, upset at himself for missing that 8-ball. All right. Break here from Mark. I don't think he's made anything. We've got an open table. I wonder if Bobby's going to take a break, or if he's going to get up there and start running some balls. Let's see. All right. Let's grab his cue. Stripes look pretty good in this situation here. I think those 2 stripes along the side there by the 5 both go in that corner pocket if you can get rid of that 1 stripe that's underneath him. So even though it's, I would walk around and look at that stripe. I might take it and then get on this ball on the side and then work my way down table and then back up. Hard to tell where the 8-ball is. Oh, it looks like the 8-ball is down here on the side rail. So I'd probably leave that corner ball and then play that ball on the side and use it as a key ball for the 8 if that's the 8. So in that case, I would have played that first stripe in front of the corner, then the ball on the side, and then played those 2 balls along the side rail, in the bottom right-hand corner pocket stripe, and then the ball on the side, and float up for the 8. Now it's like a little bit of a, unless that ball just slides by, and I meant the one he just moved. So. All right, he's got to play shape on this stripe here. If he were left-handed, he could just try. Oh, there he is. He is left-handed. He's amphibious, as Danny T would say. Good shot. That was a nice shot. Derek, yeah, I'm on the winner's side. I've 3 rounds through and still undefeated, so play again tonight, I think at 7:30, if I'm not mistaken. That was a nice shot there. He's just got to get on this. Oh, he's playing it the other way. Oh, there's another stripe there. Interesting. Sorry, guys, I don't have my glasses with me, so my age is showing here. All right, looks like Bobby's finally getting in rhythm here. He's just got to be careful with this pattern and make sure to make it easy on himself. If he's got a little angle on this stripe, then he could follow it 1 rail. And as long as he gets past his 7-ball, he can play that stripe in the middle of the table, either in the side or in the corner. and try and get shape on that 8-ball on the side rail. I think I agree with playing that stripe first. I might have. He got a good rub, shaking his head, but I think he can see the ball just fine. You just got to get across table. Either, I think the easiest thing to do is hit this with a high ball, maybe a little inside, and play the short side of the 8-ball going up table. The other way is just center ball stun, kind of like that, but you got to get the speed to get up table. That's actually a pretty good shot. He's got a good cut at it. And he should chop this in and win this track, and more importantly, have the first break in the 9-ball, which if he's going to start making a comeback, you want to start getting some breaks underneath your belt. Okay, good shot. Nice recovery and get out. Good way to break the ice there. And Bobby, they just finished the 8-ball set, so now they're switching to 9-ball. And Bobby's going to have the first break in the 9-ball. It's good. A good way to start. So if you're down in this format and you're playing the last game of your set, it's always important to try and win that last game so you have the break and can try and build some momentum. You're not relying on your opponent to have a bad break or break a scratch or something like that. Hope everybody out there is enjoying themselves, having a good time. Mark sends his best wishes out to his friends back in Alton, Illinois and Piedmont, Missouri. Looks like Bobby's up to break first game of the 9-ball. Let's see how he hits him. Nice controlled break, makes the wing ball. And will have a shot on the 1. Long shot, but he'll have a shot. That's the most important thing. First name. Okay. Looks like Bobby sends his wishes to the Gene Valdez, the owner of Timeout Cafe. Also a shout out to David and Allison Milder, his league operators out of South Dallas. And Jamie and Lele from the side pockets. All right, Mark back at the table. Missing a long 2, and Bobby's going to have a cut at it. I think if he floats it in, he might get 1 rail position on that 3-ball in the same pocket. Assuming he doesn't go into the 9. If he does go into 9, then he'll have it on the side. Floats it in nice. 1 rail, same pocket. Good shot there. inside English.
Doing all right?
Yep. Looks like he tried to clip what I'm assuming is a 4-ball, but didn't have the right angle to do that, so now he's coming back with the bridge. Second inning with the bridge. And I think we're going to see a safety. I wonder if he's going to try and thin it and go straight up table, or just try and split it between the 9. Yeah, he's going to split them.
Well, hello there.
Looks like we have Alvin back in the booth with us.
All right. Thanks for filling in for me.
Oh, my
I'm
pleasure.
sure they were really glad to not hear me talk for a little bit. Sorry, but I have to come back.
The return of Alvin.
It's my job. Doing my job. Doing my job.
Doing it.
So what kind of job are they doing here? Fill me in on this match. How are these guys hitting them?
Well, Mark jumped out to an early lead. I think he was up 4-0 in the 8-ball. I think Bobby was just feeling a little bit of the pressure and had some tough positions, so Mark capitalized on those. And Bobby won the last game of the 8-ball, and this is the first game of the 9-ball.
All right.
So.
And we are at Strokers in Palm Harbor, as everybody I'm sure knows.
Yep.
Ouch. Yeah,
Looks
that's
like
a stroke flaw.
Yeah, he slid across the top of the 5 there, and that might be a little bit of a deflection issue, a little bit of a new cloth thing, and I'm sure Bobby doesn't mind having another chance at this game. Long shot on the 5, but if he stops the ball, he should be good.
Oh, you're all right there.
Yep. So, nice shot there, authoritative stroke. Looks like he's getting his feel and composure down. So Bobby's going to hit this with a low left-hand English, or just a left English. There you go. Keep an angle on the 8 in the corner, and these 2 balls should be out.
Now he was doing commentary with us last match. He's a really good commentator.
That's awesome.
He's got a lot of knowledge, so see if he can. He's taking quite a few strokes there. I don't like that.
Well,
But
I think he just really wants to bear down and make these balls and get another beat on his score. That's 2 games in a row for him. He's now down 4-2. The comeback lives. How's tournament going for you guys? Good.
Man, it's had a couple little hitches, but other than that, it's been fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, oh yeah, it's APA. They're top of the heap in pool, and I couldn't ask to. There's nowhere else I want to be right now than here.
Right.
I'm sure you feel the same way.
Especially because of the shrimp.
Exactly, the food, strokers. I mean, just the whole situation is just a really fantastic situation. I think that everyone should try to get here in November. You're really missing out on something special.
Yeah,
You're not at least
it's been a few years
spectating.
since I've been. Just work and life and trying to get all that stuff together. And now
are you trying to, or are you doing it?
Doing it. Yeah, there is no. In the wise words of Thomas Jefferson, "Do or do not. There is no try." That was actually Yoda, but
Yoda. All right, so dry break, I think.
Dry break, but he doesn't have a clean shot. Mark doesn't have a clean shot on the 1, so we may see a push from Mark. He's already got the 7 and 6 tied up, so he doesn't necessarily need to tie anything up. But so he might actually take a free shot at a rail first on the 1, which he did.
Beauty.
Hit it nicely, and he's back out to the middle.
See if he can get a shot on the 2.
Is that the deuce on the bottom rail here, or close to it?
It's tough to see, you know,
Yeah.
like I was noting the.
Yeah, he's going to bank the 2 up table and try and slide underneath these 2 balls, just like that.
The 2, 4, and 8 kind of look the same.
That was kind of a bad result for Mark because he got a double kiss on the 6 and the 6 snuck out. So now it goes in the corner and the rack is open. So if Bobby can make this 2 and get a shot on the 3, then he has a chance to run out. And that's bad news bears for Mark. Oh, missed a tough shot. Oh, it's going to get a kiss. And it goes, gets a little jelly roll. waves his hand. Apologize, didn't mark for the good fortune, but hey, it happens. It's pool. You're going to get some rolls here and there. And you don't have to be a baker. All right, so Bobby may have half a pocket in this bottom left corner.
Had to get him to adjust the volume.
Yeah.
It's a little loud.
Oh, wow, good
Beauty.
shot. Nice bank, and he got shape
It's
on
a
the
Bobby
floor.
Martinez shot right there.
That's a strong shot. Especially, I mean, you know what that is? That's I'm here to play the match shot. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because it's like a different look at the table right now than he, from the beginning, couple racks. So that's good. He showed up. Good shot there. And he's got a little bit of an angle. Honestly, this is ideal. He could either pinch it or he can slide across and get to the rail, whatever he feels comfortable with. I'd probably try and just stun straight across. Maybe not necessarily worry about getting on the short side of the side, Just get across so you can have a shot just like that. Gotta be careful with the side.
Easy does it now.
Oh, man, you can't get lazy. Yeah, you gotta stun above the side or commit to drawing up, below it or whatever. You can't do both. So
yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because that was a good opportunity. You can see from this camera angle, if he would have just gotten the cue ball along the side rail, it would have been Bob's your uncle, as they say in the UK.
Right, exactly.
So
old Uncle Bob. I actually have an Uncle Bob.
I have 2 Uncle Bobs.
Awesome.
I just went up to you on the Bobs.
Nice.
All right, so Mark just float the 7 in, and he's got natural position from the 8 to the 9. There really should be no issues here. He's just going to eye it up and make extra sure. Make super
Thank you, that's
sure.
perfect.
Shout out to the Strokers staff.
Oh,
for
yeah.
taking care of everybody here.
Super brain Beth. She's like the lead tech here,
She's
lead
like the
technician.
Customer service, hospitality
Yep.
technician.
She's the master technician at Strokers here.
2 rails cross table for Mark and a straight in.
Master beverage
Ducky.
technician. Yeah, this is simple stuff here. And today is Veterans Day, and I want to put my hand over my heart and stand right up and let everybody know that we appreciate all the veterans out there.
Absolutely.
And
There's a
we're
lot of
all
veteran pool
American
players.
here.
A lot of veteran pool players.
I mean, this is the American Poolplayers Association, is it
Absolutely.
not? And the colors are what?
Red, white, and blue.
Yeah, baby. So we'll see if these guys can, or if Mark here can, or Mike, excuse me.
No, Mark
Montgomery.
Mark
So many
stemmed the
Marks
tide
and
there.
Mikes.
Bobby won the last 2 games. He got a little streak there. If he would have won that 3rd game, that would have been well, that scratch really hurts because that would have put you at 4-3 down and breaking with a chance to tie.
Now you were breaking at this spot too, and and then you moved to the center of the table and you broke dry.
Well,
right after you, I was wondering why you did that.
The reason why I switched to the center table was because the guy slugged me, and I didn't ask him to re-rack it, so I just.
Oh, okay.
But the bottom 2 balls were kind of loose, and so I was like, well, it's a free shot at cheesing the 9 on the break.
Well, I guarantee
So
he didn't do it on purpose.
No, I just.
So
I just didn't want to hassle him about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could tell.
Well,
it
you
was
should have with him. He wouldn't mind.
I know.
He's a good dude. You know him.
But I had some good breaks, and where I made the wing ball a few times.
You didn't want to hassle him at that time.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Maybe earlier in the match you would have said
if
something.
I was down, I totally would have told him to re-rack
sure.
it, But I was up 5-2, I think.
Yeah,
at the
that
time,
was good of you to do that. Not be, not add
not
any
be
drama.
A super nit.
Right,
A
exactly.
Donnie Mills.
Yeah, and I noticed you sped up your play quite a bit, which is good. You're playing a lot better when you take your time at the right points, and then you're shifting gears. You're not so slow like every shot like you were before.
Yeah.
You're taking your time when you need to, and then you're playing fast because I think you know that you play better when you're pacing yourself at a constant pace. Is that right or what?
Yeah, I think in the past it's been hard for me to come to this event really prepared as far as like my overall game. So I've told my friends this too. Like when I tend to play slow, it's when I'm not hitting a lot of balls. So I like.
Gotcha.
I get distracted more easily,
It's
and then
just
I
the
have
way
to
he
reset
plays.
mentally
No
and all
big
that
deal.
stuff. I am a more methodical player to begin with, but.
Well, you played that last set at a nice pace, and it was only an hour. I thought you played the perfect pace.
Yeah, and I wanted to make sure to maximize each inning, and once I got control of the table, I really didn't give it give it back. Although I did scratch a couple times in the break, but I got fortunate that it didn't cost me too much.
I'm seeing a real improvement in your game.
Thanks,
Raymond.
Yeah,
so,
thanks.
And I noticed those things. So.
I think the first year I came here in 2010 when I won it. I came in like a hurricane. I just like was playing a ton of pool, and I was living at home, so life was easy, and I could play a lot of pool and not have to worry about real life. But since then, school and work and everything else came into play, so it's been hard to find the balance. But recently, everything's really coming together. So
and that's when they start. That's the only way they can really start rolling at pro levels, when you can play 8 to 10 hours a day or more.
Yeah, yeah. Oh wow.
Now I'll tell you what, that was. Which I can't see which ball he's on here.
He's on the 4.
Yeah,
so
I see it there.
To the right of this little triangle.
Okay. I couldn't tell if that was a 5 or 3.
Yeah, looks like he's got to chop it in the bottom left-hand corner here. Or I wonder if it slides. It doesn't slide past that 7 ball. I don't think so. It only goes in that corner. But yeah, I was happy to win that match. Ryan's a good player, and it's a very dangerous offensive player when he gets going. And
oh yeah, you gotta be real. You gotta go at every match from now on. There's no more slacking, you know.
Right.
There's no more.
And he's a pool. I mean, he's a legitimate player. He's like a legitimate pool player.
That's all he does is play pool all the time.
Yeah, so it's like, you know.
He plays bingo too. He said there's actually better money in bingo.
That's pretty strong.
Those women pull out a lot of money out of them bingo holes. $25,000, $30,000. Oh yeah.
Grandma's making it.
Oh yeah. Bingo, and they do.
Wow, look at this
other
safety.
things.
What a great shot that was. That was a great
shot.
That
was awesome.
From Mark. This is a tough spot for Bobby. If he doesn't get a favorable position from here, Mark's going to get on the hill with the break, and that's
yeah.
You know, the match can get away from you. So he's got. I think he's got to go 2 rails here. 2 rails.
Sure, you definitely want to go 2 rails.
Mm-hmm. And
what's he want to try to just clip the side of the 5 and try to like?
There's some good things that can happen if he
go up table with the cue and.
Yeah, I think the best thing that you could do is come off the bottom side of the 5 and kind of slide it. Oh no,
he missed it.
Missed it.
Well, he's going to put Mark here in a very good position.
Yeah, so I think Mark's playing these 2 balls in the side pockets. 5, and I'm assuming that's a 6 to the right there of the center line. And then 7 in the corner, 8 in the side, and 9 in the bottom right-hand corner.
And then does Bob become your uncle?
Mark, I think, would then become my second cousin twice removed is what Mark would become.
Nice. What's up, Jay? Got a great staff here at APA staff.
Yeah, they do great work.
They're all
I think
awesome.
Organizationally, as far as like the sheer volume of players that they handle at like the big events and stuff, I mean, it's just, this is the most comfortable tournament to play in because, you know, when you play, you can eat accordingly and not have to worry about, oh, I just ate, and I'm like, you know.
And you're playing for the trophy and the prestige
instead
there's all of that
prize
too. Money where that adds up.
But the actual mechanics of how they run the tournament is super comfortable for the player. And they do that, I think, better than anybody.
Oh, definitely.
Because like in Vegas, there's like 10,000 players, and there's never a conflict. You know what I mean? Like,
they're a machine, man.
I've been in tournaments. I've been in tournaments where I've had to be in the tournament room all day long because they don't know when I'm going to be able to play. And I played 2 matches, and I'm there for 14 hours, and I'm just like,
yeah, that's tough stuff. Life, you know, I've been there during those events too.
Yeah, it sucks. Wow.
It's tough streaming it. It's tough playing in them.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't do both at the same time, but
right, it's impossible.
But yeah, it's totally impossible. But you know that from experience.
Well, I have some experience in the video production stuff, so I know how
you do.
Involved it is. You know, it's
yeah, this is serious business. People don't understand how much responsibility this is.
Yeah, but it's good when you can put out a good stream and fans get to watch it and enjoy it and watch their friends and cheer them on from home.
It's rewarding for sure.
For sure.
I've been very blessed to be involved in billiards.
All right,
at this level.
Looks like Bobby's got this.
Yeah.
I think he's going to shoot the 8 in the side.
The tide have turned here. This is a huge rack in the set.
Yeah, it's a big rack. I think you just chop it in with a high ball. Oh, he floated in. That's a nice shot. I kind of would have gone, for this reason, I think I might have hit it firm and gone down and then back up and then back towards the 9. Kind of let your stroke out a little bit more, but still, he made a good shot, and he's got a cut on the 9. That's all you can ask for.
Yep, you can do it on these tables as well.
Yeah, for sure. overcut it.
Dang.
Wow, he's going to leave it right
That
by
was
the side.
huge.
No,
It's right in the
He's
hole.
going to leave it right in the hole.
Well, that is, if he doesn't scratch.
Mark's excited that, or he's glad he's got another shot here.
But he's not, you know, he's being humble and taking his time.
Yeah, he's also
Proper
waiting
way.
for the opponent on the other table to shoot that 5 ball. It made. All right, so Mark's got a hanger in front of the pocket to get on the hill.
That guy seems pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Cool. Mark is on the hill, 6-2.
6-2
Uno mas.
versus Bobby Martinez.
Yeah.
We're here courtesy of the APA. If you want to know about the brackets on this event, you can go to compusport.ca and follow all your favorite superheroes as they go through the final few rounds of this tournament. Well, 5-6 rounds at least. You know, we're more than halfway done. I'd say we put it that way.
Still plenty of tournament to be had, for sure.
Getting whittling away.
Mark's looks like he's breaking from the middle.
Doing your break.
Well, that's not my break, but he made a ball. In 9-ball, I break depending on what I see in the rack. So
I see.
The balls are out touching, then I'll break
Yeah.
a certain way. If there's
Gotcha.
certain gaps, then I'll break from the other side.
Of course.
I actually prefer breaking from the other side of the table more than from the side I was breaking on, but he
The
kept
rack
leaving me the rack where the wing ball would go on that side, so I would just break from that
There
side.
you go.
So,
4 balls touching whichever side.
yeah. So I'm more reactionary on the break in 9-ball, and sometimes you'll see me moving all over depending on how the rack is. Even if I'm the one racking the balls, it just, you know, whatever. That's how it is.
Why didn't you use the plastic rack?
I don't want to use a plastic rack. We're both good players, and I didn't want to guarantee the
Him
wing
or you
ball
making the wing ball
yeah,
every
and
single
it becoming
time.
like a shoot, like a
Yeah,
just
run
like,
out
like
pattern.
flamethrower fest. You
Where
know?
it's the same layout every single rack.
Yeah.
Like Corey Duell.
And I asked him if he
same.
wanted to do how he wanted. He just, we'll just play rack for each other. And I'm like, that's fine with me. So.
All right, sounds good. Well,
All right,
it
looks like
worked out
Bobby.
for you. So.
Yeah, no, I'm fortunate that won that match.
I watched the match, so if anybody didn't, they can check out APA's.
Facebook page, right?
No, their YouTube channel, which
sweet.
is, you'll just search for APA Leagues. You'll see their official page, and all these matches will be on there. Plus Inside Pool Magazine, Inside Pool TV, you know.
Yeah.
We got our little thing going on, too. So
Fantastic. That was a good shot there. He muscled through the 9 with the draw. He's got a real strong stroke. I think he's just like, he just wants to let it out, you know? That's the ball.
definitely.
Good. So, what's going on here with this ball on the side? It's kind of strange. Looks like, I guess the 4 ball didn't go in the side. I would have tried to maybe play for like the carom. Looks like the carom would have gone if he would have gone thin off the 4 and clipped the 5 in the side, and then maybe would have been able to shoot the 4 up in the corner. But the other thing was if he would have taken that pattern, he could have just drawn it 2 rails and gone into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a
Try to break
that's a
open the
nice
cluster.
shot. Yeah, you have to go at the clusters and problem balls.
Yeah.
Every single shot if you can.
Especially in 8-ball, I like going at him right away. Like
Oh,
first
have
inning,
to every
like,
single shot.
Yeah, just like get rid of him, you know, and then run out like Shane. Van
Even if
Groening.
you have to miss the ball.
For me, I already got one. Yeah. It's gone. Unless you want to get me one for
I'll buy you one.
word. Okay, what happened here? Did he try and do a safety thing?
All right, Freddie. Thanks, man.
The
You're
famous
awesome.
Freddie. The
The
famous
chef here gave me a pat on the back.
Chef Freddie, the man.
Made me a $30 steak last night. It
He's a
was
man.
awesome.
He's a man. Have
Better
you-
steaks I've had. Ruth Chris, good as Ruth Chris, man.
Freddie Shrimp is.
Oh yeah,
where's
just had a
that?
plate of that too, man.
All right, good shot there from
Porking
Mark.
down while I've been here. All right.
But he did not draw back his rock for the
Yeah,
5.
he's a little bit reverse
Table
bank.
slides, you know, so you gotta like,
Brand new felt.
yeah, so you gotta adjust for the curve and all that goodness. Tried to swing at the bank and no dice. Is that my team? They're awesome. Okay, Bobby might chop this 5 in the side. If he does, he's going to go into the 6 rail first and probably have a shot on it in the opposite corner.
Nice shot.
And he got it a little thin, so he's going to have a bank.
That was a.
But the good thing about this bank is that if he just hits this bank natural with high ball and just plays speed for it to kind of like maybe a little bit firmer than pocket speed.
It's a little steep.
He's going to go 1 rail to the center of the table and have a shot.
Nice, though.
He high karate'd it with like the opposite of what I
Sure.
said. It was like hard, and he went back into it and double kissed it and got a little fortunate to get
Keeping
the shot.
him alive. I like his
But
style there. His little.
Yeah, the bank was totally the
stance
right
there.
shot. And he's on the 9. This guy's a big, you can tell he's got a big stroke. He's used to pushing the balls in.
Yep, he's a
Sorry.
Texas boy. Play a lot of pool down
Yeah.
there, over there, wherever you're at, up there, where
All
we're
right.
at.
Nice shot.
I'm in Vero Beach now.
Awesome.
So we'll have to hang
Sweet.
out. So it's a little bit far from Miami, but it's not too
Yeah,
bad.
it's like 3 hours, I think.
Yeah, I'm going down to the Keys, so I'll
Cool.
stop and see you sometime.
Sweet.
Do lunch or something.
I love lunch.
All right, I like lunch too. Okay, so here we are at Strokers Palm Harbor. Good place to get lunch, by the way.
Can we see the chat at all? Is there anything going on in chat land?
I don't look at the chat.
Yeah.
I can't handle it anymore. I did for a long time. It messes with my mind.
Yeah, they're.
I like to have a nice, peaceful, calm mind. Not that
understand.
they're not ripping on me, or
No.
they do a little bit. And I'm just to the point like where I agree with them.
Right.
Like, yeah. So
Bill,
I had to stop.
Bill Rackins is asking, or Ratchis, I'm sorry
Yeah.
if I mispronounced your name.
All right, Bob.
Is asking about the brackets. And you can
CompuSport.
find those at CompuSport.
.ca.
You can download the app on the App Store or on iTunes and sign in and look up the U.S. Amateur brackets, and they'll have you. It'll give
Boom.
you the full breakdown on time and results and all
Oh,
that
the
good stuff.
last ball rolling.
Yeah, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's always the last ball rolling.
I think
He
Mark
might be able to hit it,
Mark
though.
be able to see this ball. I'm not. It looks like he might be able to see it.
Wouldn't that be special?
That would be.
All
He's
right.
like borderline. Might be able to curve it a
He
little
can't
bit.
do it.
It's gonna elevate. No.
He
what-
can't do it.
No, he's playing safe.
Good shot. Not
Well,
good shot.
No, not good shot.
That was a. I mean, it was good that he didn't scratch or
It was
miss.
a good idea. I think
you
if he
know.
would have hit it a little bit full and slid underneath the 4 ball, it would have been money. Unfortunately, that's not what took place.
Yeah, you look at the chat. See, the thing is,
I'm not gonna look at that
on
chat.
this chat, there's a million billion people on it, so a new person's coming in every 10 seconds wanting to know what's going on. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that our wonderful chatters will help.
Wow, look at this. He
Help
overcut the 1,
direct
and he
them.
went 2 rails and missed everything and left him a shot.
Tough action there.
So is that the 2 ball that's right next to the 1?
This monitor down here has a little better.
I think so. So I think the shot is high ball, no English, cut the 1 in the side, go down table between the 5-8, and then right back up table and play the 2 in the same side.
Let's see if he can string 3 balls together
Well,
first.
He had a little full, maybe a little bit of English, and spun into the 5. So that's why you hit that ball with no English or with 2 or like 2 tips of spin, and you spin from the bottom rail past the opposite side pocket and go like on that diagonal line back up table. But whatever, so I'm just talking to myself.
Do you think that? No, you're talking with me
I'm just kidding.
and the audience.
That's right.
And you're actually talking to a computer,
There you
but
are.
you know, once you realize that you're talking to a computer and with a computer,
What was your question?
the table, the way it's playing,
Yeah.
the cameras and everything on it for a more of an amateur person that's not hasn't been on as many times as you, it's getting to them a little bit. So you're not seeing these guys as top game.
Sure.
Plus the lighting's different. It heats the table. Guarantee it makes it roll faster. The felt's brand new. The tables play perfect. I'm sure every pocket plays perfect. What do you think?
Yeah, it's something that if you're not used to dealing with, it's a thing you have to deal with. You know, it's a consideration. And
It's a thing you got to deal with.
And I mean, the event itself adds pressure, and then being on the stream table is If you're not used
It's
to
a
it,
thing.
then it becomes a thing. And certain people react better to it than others. And, you know,
Yep.
I've had matches where I played terrible on the stream. I've had matches where I played good on the stream. So it's just,
It
you
can
know,
get in your head.
it can, for
and,
sure. You know, you're worried about
Everything.
how your hair looks.
And that's, you can't be
know,
worried about that stuff when
I
you're
know.
trying. You'd be beating a ball into the rail all night.
Luckily, you know, when your hair is perfect, you know,
Like yours is?
things go better for you.
Yeah, yours is. You got some coconut oil in there or what? Down from Miami, you guys got to be.
I can't reveal
sipping
any of
on.
my secrets for the hair game, but it does give me at least the last two advantage.
Let's get a couple coconuts while we're here.
I feel like I had the hair advantage in my last match.
You definitely. Well, I don't know. I think Hollywood's hair
I
is
guess
pretty.
it's a stylistic preference.
Yes, I think you guys both were equally dominant in the.
In the hair battle.
Yeah, the.
Yeah, we might
style.
we might have broke dead even.
I think you did. I think you did. But you definitely came out ahead on that one, and you'll be playing here. What?
7:30.
Yeah, you get a little bit of a break.
Yeah, that's the plan. I might go hit balls for a little bit or something.
That would be a smart idea, I would imagine.
Yeah, I might go do that. Actually,
What would
Quick
Efren
light.
do?
what Efren would play chess.
He'd be playing
for
chess. I was just going to
50
say
a
that.
set or game or something. I don't know. He's amazing.
I'm a
Like,
chess
I have never
player. I
played
would
him.
never-
I'm so.
I played Corey duel. He beat me, but
I
it was
played
close.
Corey also.
Oh, we'll have to play, man.
I've gone double hill with him.
I was trained as a child to play chess. It's crazy.
Oh
And
no,
pool.
chess.
Nice.
I haven't played chess in years. I'm probably
Oh, come
dead,
on, man.
dead terrible.
It's
at
so
chess.
easy when you know how to do
It's
it.
not. It's a very intricate.
I mean, it's not easy, but it's easy to pick
profound.
back up.
People lose their minds playing that
Oh, yeah.
game.
I
It's
had to
like
quit
it's
for
like
a
cool.
Well, look at
All
this
right.
guy here.
Yeah,
Forget about it.
Mark looks like he's settled down. The balls are all super open. He really should get out here.
Which
He's got
one's the four?
ball-
Down here?
Yeah, four
Okay.
balls on the bottom rail. Just one rail to the middle. Really, as long as he keeps an angle, he can just play out of the middle the rest of the rack. You know, like just keep going back to the middle of the table. It's like a drill. That's perfect. And he just
Exactly,
gets
back
maybe
to the
just-
middle of the table.
Yeah, if you just get back to the middle table, maybe a little bit on the far side, then he'll have the 6, and then he can go to the 7.
Bob very well may become his uncle.
Yeah, and they may adopt a child. No, but Mark should close this out. I think I've played Mark actually on this table and in
Boom.
one of the previous years that I've played this event.
Man, his style reminds me of somebody. I just can't put my finger on who it is. With his little movement in the back arm and all that.
Kind of reminds me of Danny Basovich. a little bit.
Exactly, that's who it is. Kid Delicious, man. He
Yeah.
looks his style is just like Kid Delicious.
That guy was such a player,
Oh man,
but he took 94 minutes every shot.
yeah, he was a little nervous sometimes.
Yeah. just get
Yeah,
back
you
to-
playing him, man, that would be like.
I'd torture him. Nobody
I'm
tell him I
loving
said
it.
that.
Nobody
tell him
tell
I said that.
You got action.
Yeah.
No,
Nah,
that would
it's-
be a close match, you and Delicious, really. That'd be a great match.
If I
think.
yeah,
If you're on,
yeah, if I'm
play
playing.
like you did last set,
If not,
for the most part.
he'd probably like order a steak while he's playing me or something.
He does that anyway. I hang out with him a lot. He eats 2 full Philly cheesesteaks a day.
No comment.
That's good stuff, man. You go down to those
John DeToro does that stuff
the
too.
real deal Phillies, though. You know.
John DeToro does that, and he does it with spaghetti and meatballs.
I was just talking about him, about
He's-
playing off the rail.
He's the greatest.
Hollywood played a shot where he should have used the rail against you, and he didn't. And he made the ball, but he didn't get out as far as he
Right.
needed to. And the
Yeah,
bull
that-
taught me about that, using the rail to get that extra.
Yeah, the extra juice. It was drawing back off that one ball. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that shot? He had his hand up on the rail. I'm like, that's the
Well-
wrong way to do it. All right, that's it, folks. Thanks for
7
joining me, Raymond.
7-3 final score in favor of Mark Montgomery. He advances in the U.S. Amateur Championships. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys, hanging out. And
Oh, yeah.
Alvin, you're the man.
You're
Keep
the
up the
man.
hard work. Thank you so much for all you do.
You're the mega man, Raymond. Get this thing.
I'm going to try, man, one at a time.
You got to get. You're on. You know, you're going for. This will be number 2 for you if you can make
Yeah,
it.
and that's kind of like the big goal for me. I won 3 collegiate nationals, and that was like a thing.
I
Like-
read that off on the stream.
Right. So for me now, it's like, I've won one of these, but I'm not one to settle. Especially when there's other people that have multiple titles. I don't want to sit around second place. I want to try and get as many as I can and be at the top. So
Go get it, man.
personal growth. we'll see how it goes.
Battle
Thanks, man.
time soon. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys for checking it out, and we'll see you soon.